Hi guys, I'm Jay and this is the ILUSTRAJAY YouTube channel, and welcome to my first very awkward voiceover video. This is going to be so weird. Anyway, I decided to talk about art style in this video, not because I have a very well defined style yet, but actually the opposite, because I'm on this journey, I think, to find my style, I guess. Yeah, I just want to say that by no means what I'm saying in this video is 100% right for everyone. There's no rules, it's just some steps and tips that I've been using and learning along the way, and I think they might be useful for someone else. I don't know, Linda. I don't know. Alright, so number one, find art that makes your heart beat. Find art that makes you gag. Art that makes you go, wow, this is incredible, gorgeous. You probably find some of this, not one or two, but pick up your favorites, okay? Now look at those pieces and look at them very carefully and ask yourself, why? Why do I like this one so much? What's on this piece that makes me move? It could be larger eyes or small hands, maybe the bright colors they're using. Just find what you love so much of them. And 101 diva trick, don't say everything, because it's not gonna help. Now that's done, let's move to step number 2. Incorporate that why that you just found out into your own art. Again, let's say you love the art because of the small heads, so start drawing characters with more heads. It's kind of simple, but remember not to copy directly. You already have your own art style, even if you don't feel like. So instead of copying, just incorporate what you love into your own art. Now, step number 3, experiment. Experiment as much as you can. For example, let's say you try doing larger hands on your characters because that's one of the things you found out that you liked on step number 1. But then you're trying, but it's just not working out. It's not fitting in properly and you're not happy with it. And, well, that's absolutely fine, Linda. If you're having trouble with the larger hands, draw them smaller or try doing them way over the top, huge hands, or super duper tiny. Just try changing the arm structure and find what makes you happy. That's the best part, I think, because you get to try everything and find what comes naturally to you, because it's your art style. Even if you're trying to build one on purpose for yourself or for a project, it's something that should come naturally to you and you shouldn't be forcing. It might be hard at first. At the beginning, you might have to constantly remember yourself to do smaller heads, and that's when it comes the next step. But before that, I think there's another 101 diva trick here that I need to mention. Try not to feel locked in. This is also one of the main reasons why I'm telling you not to copy other people's art. Because if you start copying, eventually you're going to feel locked in on that style that you're copying, and you feel like you need to keep up doing that style that's not your style. And you're gonna feel like you're forcing yourself, and this is bad, Linda. Bad. Don't do it. Like I said, when we're trying to build a new style for ourselves or for a project, we kind of make these rules, like the one to use smaller heads in your characters. So it can be kind of easy to find yourself inside of a box you've just made, and that's not the point. The rules are more like guidelines to help you when you're starting, but they're not rules you need to follow. If you ever feel like breaking off those rules you've just made because you're not happy with that one, then do it. Just break it, Linda. Just do it. So yeah, don't feel locked in. If you're doing smaller heads, but then you really want to draw someone with a big head, just do it. Remember, you're not trapped inside the guidelines, you make the guidelines, so you can change it whenever you want. Now let's move on to step number 4. Practice, Linda. Practice the cotton candy heaven out of that, okay? The more you practice, the more it becomes second nature, it becomes natural. The features you added to your style becomes more polished and more you. It all merges together into your style and not just things you like put together. So practice a lot, okay? Alright, now let me just say this here real quick. If you feel like you're practicing but still being way too hard, that, for example, that smaller hand you're trying to do still feels like you're forcing yourself too much, then it's probably not your style, Linda. It's probably not for you. It's really important to understand the difference between art you love to see and the art you would love to make, because it's not necessarily the same thing. And like I said before, your art style, even if you're building it on purpose for a project or just for yourself, it should still come naturally to you. It shouldn't be something too forced. And just to hide the difference between the art you love to see and the art you love to make, an example is, let's say I love realism. I think it's really intricate work. There's a lot of technique involved, and I really admire people that can work with that, because it's difficult. It's difficult, Linda. It's not easy, okay? And even though I admire that, it's not something that I would want to do. It's not something that I like. I have no fun when I'm trying to do realism. It's not for me, even though I admire it. You know what I mean? I think that's more understandable, right? Also, I would like to add that no art style in the world, no matter how pretty or stylized, none of that makes up for not knowing the basics, okay? Like anatomy, color theory, or and blah blah blah. You know what I mean? Like, it's really important to know the basics. Actually, knowing the basics will make it way easier to adapt yourself to different styles and trying new things in your art, because you already know what's behind all that. You already know, like, the skeleton behind the body you're trying to build over, if that makes any sense. So yeah, I hope you find this useful, and again, by no means I own the truth of the world. These are just steps and tips that I've been using it and the ways that I've been facing it recently, and I feel like it's been working for me, Linda. I really do. Thank you guys very much for watching. Don't forget to share the video, I think, with your friends or anyone you know that would have any interest on this subject, or if you have any art friends that might be going through some serious art style crisis, which is pretty common, Linda, then please share the video with them. They might find some of the tips useful. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up if you liked the video, and if you didn't like the video, then just leave it a thumbs up as well. I mean, it's free. You don't want to be an ass, Linda. You're horrible. So yeah, leave a thumbs up on the video anyway. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you guys on my next one. Bye. This is gonna be so weird.